I am a human being who is neither in a wrong body nor trapped in a wrong body, but a human being who is expressing her beingness in one of the various forms of the human body. I am not in a wrong body, I am in this body just like how you are in your body. I am not trapped by my body, I am trapped by your beliefs. And I want to reclaim this body from those who want it to breathe and be fed by their dogmas. Sass, Rogando, Sasot.
And so you can have this sensation, you see, of total unity with the cosmos, of the, shall I call it, expansion to infinity or contraction to infinity of your identity, without forgetting society's game rules with regard to you. In other words, it doesn't mean that you forget your address, telephone number, social security number, and the name you were given. You remember all that. And you can play that game when necessary. But you know it's a game. So there is no way, as a matter of fact, of escaping from playing these games. And the only thing is that when you find out, you see, that you are thoroughly selfish, you inquire, what is the self that I love? What is this thing that I'm so interested in advancing and in protecting? And you look very closely into what you feel when you think you feel yourself. And you know what you find out? That yourself is everything that you thought was someone else or something else. You have no knowledge of yourself, you see, except in relation to others. Self and other are as inseparable as back and front. There is no knowledge of self without the knowledge of otherness. There is no knowledge of the voluntary without the knowledge of the involuntary, of can without can't. So they go together. And that going together of self and other is non-duality. That's Advaita. That is the self with a capital S. So through self, one finds deliverance from self.
Well, hello everyone. Surprise. So a long time ago, I let's just say I'm transgender, right? I've always been that way. I've hid it really well. Finally opened up and told my wife, my brother, who's letting my mom know. It's probably easier for him to tell her than me trying in Korean. My friends and my wife let her family know. So basically everyone, except the town that I live in. But I think they'll figure it out. So that's that. I'll get more into it later. Let me just do my usual that I haven't done in a long time. Just thank you. So every beginning of the month, any donations I've received, I haven't really done live stream or any videos in a long time. I'd say maybe 2-3 months, just because I just want to focus on myself, I guess. Shadow work, you could say. I mean, you can only face one direction. And are you going to face the sun, the light, or the shadow? You know, and it's not easy. Trust me, it isn't. But it's good. I feel better. I'm actually happier. There's a lot to talk about. So June 6th, that was actually someone I sent a PC for. He just paid for shipping, but he tossed in an extra 100. And then everything else was from one person. February 3rd, this was through PayPal. And then for Super Chat, let me get rid of this black background. All the thank yous. There's a Zython 100 who donated sometime in April. And then everyone else who's donated, I've thanked before, and thanks again. So a little change up anytime. Sometimes I don't get any donations for a month, so if I don't, I'll just skip the first first video of the month thank yous. And of course, you can always check the Bitcoin and Vertcoin. Of course, never any donations towards me. Anyways, let's see. There's Eugene 12. Hey, how's it going? I mean, there's just a lot to go over. I mean, I think having been in the flat Earth side of things, not necessarily that I know that the Earth is flat, but I have a good feeling that we've been lied to about the Earth being a globe. And a lot of globe earthers, somehow it's just ad hominem attacks. And regardless of whether Patricia Steer is whatever, paid opposition, whatever it is, the attacks on her for being a tranny, transgender, or she's a man, whatever, it's pretty much, that's just the dumbest thing ever in any type of logic situation, because you're just not going after what she's trying to talk about. And the thing is, she's probably one in millions of transgender people who doesn't believe in the globe Earth model. And people don't even know if she's for sure transgender or not. Now you know that there is one person, at least in the flat Earth arena, that is transgender, and that is me. So if you want to go ahead and argue from the standpoint, because I am transgender and I think the Earth is not a globe, therefore I don't know anything and therefore I am wrong, you've got millions of transgender that probably still believe the globe Earth model. Millions. And I would just be one of those millions that doesn't. So going by that factor, well, you've already lost, because obviously more transgender people believing in one thing, they're obviously wrong because they're transgender. Well, you know, your logic is horrible. But anyways, I just want to get that out there. There's a lot more that I would like to go over. I think what I'm going to do is, well, first, I'll probably share. First, the picture that's on the YouTube is a Facebook, not a Facebook app. It's called a Face app. And it takes your picture and you can morph into having beard, makeup, gender change, whatever. And I found a photo, and that was the photo that I thought was kind of how I always felt myself wanting to look. But you know, I could never get there. So let's see. I think what I'm gonna do is go over. Now there's a lot more details here in the spreadsheet. Give updates every week, and I think every month. So every fourth week, not actually every month, but close to it. I will do one of those videos where it just kind of does it bi-weekly, so you can see every week every changes that I have. And not only am I going through hormone replacement therapy HRT, you know, I'm logging everything too and trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get back to the physical weight that I was, I guess, before I met my wife, just about that time, because about that time I was basically around 140 pounds, and now I am 178, so there's quite a lot I need to lose. And what's interesting here, because the anti-androgen that I'm taking, which is spirulolactone, obviously I'm not working on my voice. I still there's this term in transgenderism called passing. So, you know, when you're ready, you want to pass as the gender that you identify with. Uh, I there's no way I'm gonna pass. So, but I have been working on my voice. I'm not gonna have that really high voice. I think I just really like get natural. Um, the deep voice comes from your chest. So if you're talking like how I usually talked in the past, kind of mumbled. A lot of it was just through the back of my throat, you know, using my chest to vocalize things. So what I'm trying to do is enunciate a lot more and not use that deep rumble chest stuff. And so this is kind of how I'm gonna just keep practicing as I get to that moment where I'm passing. So I started on the 16th. On the 15th, you know, this is my baseline. I went through Planned Parenthood and Northwest in Omaha, I think. It was one of those telepath meetings, so I didn't have to be there in person, and I didn't have to take the first baseline blood work. And I think it's a lot harder because the pandemic situation. People are gonna not like that. It doesn't matter. Anyways, there's plenty of transgender people that support the whole thing that there is a pandemic going on. Anyways, it was an informed consent clinic, so I didn't have any blood work. My blood work is going to be in 3 months. So I know that I was looking through a whole bunch of do-it-yourself HRT stuff, and a lot of them just kind of after the first month would go up their doses, just double it. I think I'm just going to keep it going as it is. I mean, it's going to be a marathon, not really a sprint. So 15 milligrams twice daily, so 100 milligrams total of spirulactone. I think that's how you say it. And then the estrogen dosage is injections. I've got a lot more notes in the right, but I'm not gonna go over those. Some of those have some intimate details. I think if there's just a lot of people watching and just subscribing because of this, then maybe I'll do like a I don't know. I'll do like I don't like getting. I like telling people the truth, information, all free. If you want to donate anything, I'm happy to accept, but I don't really ask for anything. Anyways, I can go over some intimate stuff, but only myself, not necessarily, you know, whenever it involves anything else. So. All right, so what I'm trying to actually get to is my lean body mass weight, and because I am taking estrogen, one of the symptoms or side effects, whatever it is, you're going to lose muscle mass. So my big muscly mass is going to go away. So that will probably affect my lean body mass, and I mean that's basically with no fat. It's not like I'm ever going to get to that point anyway. That's what I'm trying to go to. And if I do, my lean body mass weight will probably be a little bit lower by 5 pounds. It looks like around there, 5 to 6 pounds. So I might actually end up being able to lose, get down to maybe 120, which is at the very low end of the body mass index, BMI, which I think is like 18. All right, so no, aha, you'll look into all that stuff later. I'm not gonna share it now. Okay, one thing I did notice in my first, after my first week, like I actually had, I like kale now. I never liked kale before, but I like kale now. Okay, so I'm on a diet, so I'm trying to focus on 1,300 calories for this month. I think next month I'll try to stay at 1,200, but I knew that because of the medications that I'll be taking, that my body's not going to be used to it, so I just want to make sure my body gets adapted to it, and I can figure out, you know, what I can do, you know, to make sure I don't have all these side effects if I have any. And right now there isn't. Spirulactone, the anti-androgen, is a diuretic, so I use the restroom a lot, which kind of makes sense now that I think about the whole bathroom issue with the transgender stuff. Because once you're on hormones, yeah, you're gonna pee a lot. Okay, so there's that. Height. I don't really measure it, but I think I'm gonna measure it every month to see if I change height. It's not supposed to change much of your physical bone structure, but who knows? So I'll check that every month instead of every week, which I should probably leave it empty, huh? Let's keep it, since I didn't really measure it. You know, let's measure it monthly. And let's see, my neck. One thing I always hated was my neck, which is, it's always good to have thick neck if you're going for big muscle mass, just because it'll support your spine and your chest and your shoulders and everything else. But right, I never liked it. So hopefully that goes down. That's not factored into the body mass and body fat percentage. The chest is, it's just been an inch difference since before I got on meds. It's like, right, that estrogen seems to just kind of boost it up, or maybe it's the anti-androgen. The waist, again, because spirulactone is a diuretic, I think it's just a lot of water weight. So this weight that you see, 179, and you know, down a pound and a half, which is actually pretty good in a week. In a week, being able to lose a pound and a half, but I think I might be losing more, just because I am still a little bit active, but not a lot, and just doing a little light exercises. A lot of that extra weight is because I've probably got 1 or 2 liters of liquids, especially water, that's in my system all the time. So that's going to affect my weight. So if you're trying to lose a lot of weight and going through transitioning, don't worry too much about how much you actually weigh, because if you're keeping track, because you're going to lose if you're exercising, eating right, not having a lot of calories. So the hip, I noticed, was actually going down, which is weird, because I would expect my hips to grow, but that hasn't been the case. The forearm has stayed largely the same. Come on, all right. The wrist has actually gone down in size a little bit. It kind of increased, but then it decreased, so I lost like 0.05, I guess, which isn't much. Body fat percentage is down a little bit lower. That's probably just because of the weight loss. So the thing about this weight loss is because I'm trying to lose weight, but a lot of these, like the chest, the weight, waist, hip, forearm, wrist, that really is based on female body mass, body fat type of calculations. So for males, it's basically just height and weight, I think, and waist size. That's it. You're welcome, Eugene 12. Okay, so let's see. Body mass, if I'm male, with the male calculations, let's just say, you know, down 0.7%, and the body fat mass, I'm down about 1.5 pounds. Lean body mass, it says like, you know, it's a lot higher. So decrease in fat, increase in body mass or muscle, I guess you could say. Female body fat percentage is down 0.2%, so not as much. Body fat mass is down almost 0.5, which I guess isn't that bad. Lean body mass, it's gonna be around, it's pretty much the same. And let me go to the I should save diet. Now, I know a lot of people will go online and just look up all the calories and stuff, and a lot of that was just too painstakingly slow because a lot of stuff I eat regularly all the time, and it just didn't make sense. But a lot of these lookups are, I just look at the actual package and just do the calculations there. Sometimes I'll look online and see what the calories are for that. So this is just the diet, how much calories. Today was really a low calorie day, but I really wasn't that hungry. And of course, these are just kind of individual breakdowns of, you know, everything that I eat, and then what I'm eating. It combines a couple of things, and I just do the calories there. So this has been a week's worth. More than a week. So before I was on the HRT medication, I was actually pretty low on calories, and then, you know, these spikes are just because, well, I just felt hungry, I want to get rid of headache and all this other stuff. So it fluctuates, and I've probably been eating a lot healthier. There's very rarely like I'll eat something like a can of soup, you know. We went to Freddy's, and that was probably like the big day, right? Let's see. Yeah, when did I have that? Some Chinese dishes. Some of it is like leftovers and fried rice. That's actually takeout. But you know, we create our own rice dishes and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do these updates once a week until the first month, and then I'm gonna do it bi-monthly. So after the first 12 weeks, no, after first, there will be week 2, week 3, and then there will be a 1 month, and then 2 month, and then 3 month. And then I think once I reach 1 year, I may just break it down to a year and a half, and 2 years, 2.5, 3 years. And let's see. I think after, I'm not going to focus too much on it. I think I just kind of want to pave the way, like others have before me. It's just brave how so many people, young and old, have gone through transition, and screw it. You're not living for anybody else, right? No one's living your life for you, and a lot of it is, do you want to? Who's allowed to? Who's the arbiter of living your life for you? You can say God. Which God? There's I think, was it 40,000 religions out there, and probably multiply that with all the gods that are for each of those religions. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of gods, goddesses, and things like that. So we can always have those conversations too, and that's can be great. So I look forward to updating everyone, and you're going to see changes, I think, and not just weight loss, but in bodily changes and voice changes probably. But I don't think I'll ever do the very high voice. I don't think I'll get to that. I really liked this actress's, I think it was Kathleen Turner. Is it Kathleen Turner? She was from the 80s, 90s, I think, around then. She had that really husky voice, female voice. I always liked that. Anyways, I don't know why I get to that stuff. Segues, right? Okay. Anyways, it's out there now. Have a good day.